Hey y'all, welcome to the channel. This is Dream Another Day Tarot, and this is going to be a reading for whoever needs to hear it. Please keep in mind this is a general reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Just take what does and leave the rest for somebody else, okay? If you're interested in any of my other disclaimers, please do check the description box below. And also keep in mind that gender is fluid in tarot, so I do use gender neutral language as much as possible on my channel in order to make my readings more inclusive, and that way you can just place yourself where you fit. Also, I am going live every Friday now, so if you want to join me for my live streams, please subscribe and hit the bell, and that way you can come in and drop me questions. Questions are free in my chat box every Friday on my lives, but if you want to drop me a donation, you're more than welcome to do so. Okay, King of Swords coming out in the reverse. We're going to pop it back in there just because I'm pre-shuffling, and I'm going to say my affirmations before we take any cards, okay? So let me go ahead and do that real quick, just in case anything else comes out. Thank you, Spirit, for your divine messages and guidance. We are deeply grateful, and we know we couldn't do this without you. Would you please help guide the collective spirit for their highest good, and please bless us and protect us as we move forward into this reading. Okay, and so it is. Alrighty, Queen of Cups I just saw. So some of y'all may be getting back in touch with your heart, your emotions, okay? Give me 1 second, y'all. And, you know, really trying to come from this place of compassion in your life, okay? And always please make sure that that includes yourself, okay? Because that's one thing that I think kind-hearted people tend to forget is putting themselves on the back burner, okay? It doesn't make you kind, it just makes you, how do I put this? It's not kind to neglect yourself, okay? It's not kind to sacrifice yourself unnecessarily, all right? Okay, I don't know why that just came through, but anyway. Also, please, just a reminder, if you do like the video, hit that like button, drop me a comment, and subscribe if you're not subscribed already to support me and my channel. I have been reading tarot a long time, almost a decade now, but I have been a little bit slow to getting it online, okay? I never really intended to put it online, but now I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of it. So you can find all of those by checking out my link tree in the bio. Okay, so interesting. If you are new to my channel, these are collective readings, so they can be for any astrology sign also. And so a lot comes up in these readings, okay? It can be anything for anybody, all right? So it's a pretty wide funnel, and then we narrow it down to what the message is, yeah? So here I've got the Two of Wands. Two of Wands is all about widening your circle, looking out into the world and seeing how you can build your network, right? This is how I see the Two of Wands. How can I build my network? How can I expand? How can I grow my kingdom, so to speak, right? My empire almost, right? But it doesn't have to mean like you're in charge of it. It just is your own little personal empire, yeah? Doesn't mean you're in charge of everybody, right? You get what I'm saying? And then we have the Devil coming out. The Devil wanted to come out in my last reading too, one of my last readings. And a big part of this message is that you can get out from these chains, okay? You can wiggle and writhe and work your way out of these damn chains, okay? You're not stuck, and it's mostly an illusion, okay? And devil energy relies on you believing illusion and fear in order to keep you stuck. So if you can overcome the illusion, recognize it's an illusion, and just like cut that shit out, you know? It's easier said than done, but I'm just saying it can be done. So if you're kind of like, how can I grow and build my world? And then you have all this fear creep in, and it's like, well, I don't think you're good enough to accomplish that. I think that's a little too big for you, you know, stuff like that, right? Like, oh, I don't really know if I could actually do that. Is that, am I being idealistic? Am I like, you know, over, estimating my abilities? No, you're not. No, it's not too big. No, it's not out of your out of your league, right? Yes, you're good enough. Yes, you can do it. Yeah, and I know it might sound crazy, but trust me, like I've seen crazier things. Okay? Than people accomplishing their life's goals and their life's dreams. Like, hell yeah, you can do that. You know, you may face obstacles. There may be, you know, real physical, tangible issues, because the devil does talk about, you know, illusion kind of manifesting itself physically, if that makes sense. So if you believe something, then so it shall be, yeah? So you have to believe that you can do it and kind of just say these are just obstacles, okay? But they're not impasses, right? I can definitely get around this somehow. If I gotta go up, around, over, through, I don't care. I'm getting through it. You know what I mean? That's the attitude you gotta have, okay? If you really want to build this empire, right? Which I know a lot of us are now stepping into that energy, you know, in a big way together, which is like just gonna create a landslide, honey. I'm excited. So anyway, Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So again, there's this energy of like, you know, should I, shouldn't I, holding back. Maybe you've worked on something for a long time and you're kind of like, well, you know, is my measly little coin worth a damn? You know, does anybody care about little old me? That's like kind of a little bit of a melancholy energy coming from this Knight of Pentacles, kind of being like, damn, I've worked so long and so hard and I'm not really seeing a lot of results here. You know what I mean? And even, for example, if I could say personally, like I said, I've been working on building this channel pretty hardcore, and I've been working on tarot for a long time. And so it's a little bit of like a, you know, I don't know, just the self-doubt, right? But we're not going to let self-doubt get in our way. You know what I mean? We're not going to let it prevent us from continuing to do the work that we love, that we know that we can accomplish, okay? Whew. And like, I've not been reading tarot every single day for 10 years, you know what I'm saying? But that's when I picked up my first deck, you know, 10 years ago. And it inspired me. And since then, you know what I mean? Been working on it, okay? So I'm just saying, y'all, like, some of you out there might be like, you know what I mean? When is this going to take off? Trust me, keep putting in work. Keep putting in the work, and it shall. Look at that, 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles is about putting in the work and waiting on it. Ooh, and the 2 of Wands just came right back out too. I should put it back in the deck. So it's like, yeah, the 7 of Pentacles is all about, oh, I'm sorry. Is this the 6? This is the 6 of Pentacles. Oh, okay. 6 of Pentacles is about generosity and charity. Sorry. Wow. Sometimes this deck, I get those two mixed up. But yeah, this is all about generosity and charity here, you know, as far as like receiving surprise money, surprise generosity here. Because, look, I mean, this person on the card, they look kind of surprised, like pleasantly surprised. And they're like, you know, over here, like working with a broom. And, you know, they kind of, this is kind of like Cinderella energy almost, regardless of gender. But it's like kind of like struggling and working hard. And then, you know, here comes the sun. I'm hearing, here comes the money, right? 2 of Wands, you know, it's growing. Your world is growing. Now you have the Magician in reverse coming out at the bottom of the deck. Okay. That immediately gave me like hater energy. 3 of Cups in reverse gave me hater energy, and because there could be people out here who are working against you, and it can either be personal, okay, like people in your actual everyday life who actually know you, okay, who could be working against you energetically, or this could actually be people working against you in a more systemic way. And when I say that, I mean like maybe there's certain like ways of doing things, you know, barriers to access, you know, things that interrupt and prevent your prosperity, you know, like inflation and, you know, credit and, you know, like housing costs and like things like that. Things that are totally not specifically individually personal, but they're like a system that's built that then causes you to not be able to get to where it is you're going. You know what I mean? So it's kind of that, it's almost like, yeah, that's kind of like almost like, I look at it personally as like dark energy. This is dark magic shit to be like, how can I get the most out of this situation? And regardless of how many people it hurts, and regardless of if it, you know, literally results in people's death, you know, like that's pretty dark energy to not give a fuck. You know, so there's people out there like that. And so they're kind of working against you in that way. And, you know, that could be potentially impacting your ability to succeed here. But then again, it could also be personal, you know, like people, and it could be strangers too. Like, especially if you like put out content on public forums and stuff, it's like there could be people out there who you don't even know in real life, but you know, they've got negative energy towards you. But look at this, the Justice card coming out. Like, try as they may, right? This is the energy. Try as they may, justice will still prevail. Okay, so it doesn't matter if people think or do, etc., etc., etc. I'm not saying it doesn't impact the world, it doesn't impact your life, but what I'm saying is, at the end of the day, Seven of Swords in reverse, all that shit's going to be exposed. And it's really going to suck to be that person or those people who've been doing that, because they're going to have to show their ass. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. It will all be revealed. The Hanged Man. In all the ways that you have been held back, in all the ways that you've been, stuck upside down, right? In all the ways you have been at an impasse, or you've been facing obstacles that have kept you from being able to move forward, right? It has only increased your enlightenment. I'll put it like that. It has only made you wiser, okay? And more capable. Sorry. It's only made you wiser and more capable. You know, so little do they know. All that time you spent hanging upside down, you learned a thing or two. You know what I mean? Just saying. Anyway, let's pull out some more cards. Thank you, Spirit. Wow, that's kind of interesting. Very interesting indeed. Okay, we've got the Six of Wands at the bottom of the deck. It's all about success, public recognition, appreciation, awards, accolades, right? Like accomplishing something, succeeding on a dangerous mission, you know what I mean? And you went and slayed the dragon, and then you came back to the village, you came back to the kingdom, and then now you're you're a legend, right? Like, that's the energy. The energy is successfully triumphing and overcoming and being recognized and appreciated for it. That is what the Six of Wands is all about. And you also have the Ace of Wands coming out. That's brand new beginnings. Passionate, powerful, rambunctious. Why am I hearing that? Well, because you might be kind of like a dog let off a leash. You know what I mean? A lion let out of its cage. Ooh. See, that's almost even more powerful. Like the underdog, y'all. The underdog is like the unsung hero. Everybody loves an underdog. You know what I mean? So if you're an underdog, you got that underdog energy, I think that you're really going to be you're going to be recognized for that, okay? Ace of Cups in the reverse, again, with this energy of, and when I say again, I just did a TikTok reading, and in that reading, it came up that you need to be more kind to yourself, okay? And I really want to encourage you, implore you to really connect with that wellspring, okay, of love within you. Because the Ace of Cups is like something being handed to you from the universe. Now, if things get a little bit heated up, like your life starts to heat up, okay, and I mean this in like a good way, and even in challenging ways too, because with success comes stress, honey. And a lot of people don't know that there is such a thing as success stress. So once you start accomplishing these huge goals, or you start getting all this recognition, it can be like really overwhelming, you know what I mean? And I'm sure plenty of like content creators or musicians or anything like that who just like blew up overnight will tell you the same thing, that is a very real phenomenon, okay? So kind of prepare yourself for that, because if you do hit this success, you know what I mean, and all of a sudden bada bing bada boom, you know, then you might feel a little bit thrown off. And so it's important for you to not throw away your cup, throw away your love, you know what I mean? Continue to stay in touch with that. Because, I mean, seriously, you might have, like, all eyes on you. You know what I mean? It's like that Bo Burnham song. It's such a good song, y'all. You gotta listen to it. There's multiple versions, too. It's such a good song. All Eyes on Me, that's what it's called. Alright. I don't know. Because he's such a funny dude, but that song is, like, it's just so good. Okay, Hanged Man coming out again. This is confirmation. I never do that, but I thought it'd be funny. Confirmation, okay? It's confirmation that, again, the this kind of suspension that you've been in, you know, They even call it suspense, right? So it's like anticipation, waiting, not knowing, right? Not being able to see, like, what's next, right? So it's this suspension has made you see things in a new perspective, right? That's what it's all about, is being hung upside down, and you're seeing things in a new way, and it enlightens you, okay? So all of your challenges have taught you something very valuable, And so I don't like to kind of pit people against each other, but I'm just saying, people who have struggled and have been through it, they kind of know a thing or two, all right? That's all I'm going to say. They know a thing or two, all right? And these are things that you can only learn through suffering and struggle. So that's part of the reason why rich people love to like cosplay poverty and shit. I've never seen that. Like, but you know what I mean? Like, it's because there's a level of kind of respectability to somebody who has suffered and struggled, as there should be, So there's kind of this level of like, well, my life was, my life has not been super bad, but it's still hard, And it's kind of like, your life can be hard in ways that don't relate to being poor. You know what I mean? Or you could have emotional struggles, but maybe like share that with other rich people instead of like with a wider audience, because it doesn't like, it's a little tone deaf. I don't want to get on a tangent, but anyway, I'm going to pull some oracle cards, I feel like. Anyway, if you like the video, please hit that like button, drop me a comment, subscribe, join me for my live every Friday. Again, if you subscribe and hit that bell, you'll get a heads up, and then you can come and drop me questions in the chat box. And again, those questions are free, but if you do want a personal reading with me, all that info is in the description box as well on how to do that. Okay. Swap, 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 swap. It's being a dork. Energy flows where my intention goes. Yeah, that's very true. And it's a little tough because, again, it's like, there's so much that can, we can give our energy to and our attention to, that we need to kind of like, I feel like constantly like keep ourselves on track here. You know what I'm saying? So again, not to like bash on people who aren't struggling, but you know what I mean? I don't know. It's fine. I want us all to not be struggling. How about that? That's how I feel. It's not like I want them to struggle too. I just want none of us to have to struggle, So that's the goal. That is the goal. Suffering is inevitable, but we sure can reduce it. Doesn't have to be so bad. We make it way worse than it has to be. Ugh, okay. Thank you, Spirit. Any messages? Okay. Hope is the conduit for miracles. What did I say? Seriously though, I mean, we're talking about like having faith and not kind of like giving up on your work and thinking that it's not going to go anywhere. It's like, you got to have hope, and anything is possible. What you believe, you will receive, This one. There is nothing sexier than my authentic truth. Amen. Louder for the people in the back. I'm a dork today. It's true though. There's nothing sexier than my authentic truth, and that's beautiful too, because I think one thing about like sexual energy also is that it's really about like your self-confidence, your connection with your creative energy, your creative force, and being yourself. And especially if you really, really like love yourself and appreciate yourself, and even in the moments when you don't, honey, it's better to at least be honest about who you are. And when you do that, it's like, it's attractive because it's authentic, and authenticity is attractive, and authenticity is beautiful, because truly, like, people really are beautiful. You know what I mean? And yeah, okay, maybe that's arguable with some of you guys, but like, what I'm getting at is our most authentic self is better than anything we could pretend to be, So true healing occurs when I give myself permission to feel whatever feelings live below the triggers. Very interesting, because I was just saying, even when you don't love yourself, even when you don't feel good, that you can heal. Okay, for instance, why is it triggering to me? I already know the answer to this question, but just for example, why is it triggering to me when I see wealthy people complain? You know what I mean? Yeah, that's triggering to me. Well, probably because I've been wounded by poverty. You know what I mean? So it's hard for me to, you know, have compassion, which is something I'm really working on, by the way. Having compassion for people who, you know, I think are just like somewhat ignorant and self-centered, you know, and it's really triggering for me where I'm just like, you know, and why is Balenciaga selling shoes that make it look like you can't afford new shoes, like when they're like thousands of dollars or whatever? I don't even know how much they are because I don't care, but all I know is they're way too much to be looking like that, you know? So there's like a part of me that's like very triggered by this like poverty cosplay thing. This is just an example, by the way. And I know why it triggers me, but maybe I can give myself permission to feel annoyed, okay? And to feel frustrated and offended and just like disgusted, because maybe that will give me an opportunity to heal that wound, heal those triggers, and to say, you know, it's because I've suffered a lot, you know what I mean? And it's because I've been wounded by poverty like through most of my life. So it's really hard for me. And it's hard for me in a lot of ways to embrace like looking nice or to embrace like having nice things or anything like that because it's like super uncomfortable for me. So I think in a lot of ways I judge other people who may be better off than I because I'm just like, ugh, that's really triggering and upsetting and annoying and all those things. So, for example, I will attempt to feel those feelings so that I can then heal the wound so that maybe I can receive, you know, more in my life, right? This is fucking Cinderella energy, dude. Regardless of gender, again, but this Cinderella energy is something that I very much like relate to, and I think it's just, you know. Anyway, be yourself. You're sexy. Yeah, the key to prayer is to forget what I think I need. So maybe that's part of it too, is like where we think that we need all these things, or we think that we need, you know, more money or whatever it is. But, you know, which, yeah, we very well may need that too. But it's kind of like, you know, maybe you think you need it like in a specific way, like you want it to come to you in a specific way. But maybe there's some surprising miracles, right? Maybe there's some surprising miracles around the bend, and, you know, letting yourself, you know, kind of like learn and gain enlightenment and heal in these times of suspension, right? Where we're just like not sure and feel like kind of stuck. Maybe these are just moments and opportunities for us to face our struggle, you know what I mean? And to embrace our suffering. And I know it's really hard to say, like, I get it. But just to kind of try and embrace those experiences we're having so that we can then, you know, kind of, I call it mining for gold. That's kind of what I call it. It's like, you know, those are just opportunities to mine for gold a little bit. You know what I mean? So maybe you'll end up, you know, coming out better on the other side. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and end this reading here. I hope you all enjoyed it. Please do join me for my live every Friday where you can come and drop me questions. Check out my description box for everything else, my disclaimers, my link tree for my socials, as well as how to get me booked for a personal reading. And I will see you all again next time. Thanks. Bye.